The Color Monster is a children's book written and illustrated by Anna Linas. Her story helps very young children, and even those of us who are not so young, to be aware of and to deal with their emotions. Now you can also enjoy it in the form of a cooperative board game. Hey everybody, I'm Stork from Stork Plays Games, and today I am here to teach you how to play The Color Monster from Devir Games. Hopefully you've watched my unboxing video where I explained this game was donated to me by Devir Games, and I will be redonating it to some mental health professionals to put this game into action. So let's take a few minutes and learn how to play. In The Color Monster, our goal is to help the Color Monster get his emotions back into the correct jars. So we will be moving around the board, talking about our feelings, and working cooperatively to accomplish a task. First, put your game board in the center of the table. Next, take your emotion counters and put them on the correct matching emotion. After that, take your girl token and your Color Monster token and place them in the pink love space. Last, we're going to take our die and put it near the board with our jars. Mix up the jars, place them whole side up where you cannot see the color on the back. And that's the setup. On a player's turn, the first thing you do is roll the die. If you get a number, a 1 or a 2, you'd move the Color Monster that many spaces. So the Color Monster would move onto happiness. If you get a spiral, the player moves the Color Monster to any space on the board. If you get the girl, you would move the girl to the same space as the Color Monster. So let's show a turn. In my example, I rolled a 1. So the Color Monster will move 1 to the happiness space. When the Color Monster finishes his move on a space that has an emotion counter, the player who moved him has to tell the other players something that causes him or her to feel the emotion that matches the color of that space. It could be an event, a memory, an object, or a moment in time. After that player has explained what causes the feeling, he or she chooses one of the jars on the shelf and turns it around. So in our example here, I rolled a 1. So we'd move the Color Monster 1 to the happiness space. I would take the happiness token and I would say something that makes me happy. So for example, playing board games with my friends makes me really happy. So then I would take this happiness token and try to place it in a jar. You take a jar and I would flip it over. If this jar matches the yellow happiness, I would place it inside. If it doesn't, I would flip it back around. So I flipped this over and I got red anger jar. So since this doesn't match, I cannot place it inside here. So this goes back on the shelf and flips back around. If the jar had shown the correct emotion of happiness, I could take the emotion counter, place it inside the jar, and place the jar back on the shelf. You might also flip over a jar and reveal a mixed color jar. If you reveal a mixed color jar, you have to leave it face up. We also have to swap 2 jars on a shelf and mix them. If at any point we reveal 3 mixed color jars, then the game ends and we would have to start over. If we were to roll the girl, we can move the girl to the space with the Color Monster. The girl will try to make sure that the Color Monster is not overcome by his jumbled emotions. Each time the Color Monster ends up in the same space as the girl, or when the girl moves to the same space as the Color Monster after a die roll, the player can turn one of the jars showing mixed colors around so it is hidden again. If there are no mixed color jars showing, the player just rolls and moves again. We might also roll the spiral. The spiral will allow you to move the Color Monster to any space on the board. And if it's later in the game and we've already collected fear, sadness, and anger, and we're just trying to get calm, then we might want to move the Color Monster automatically to calm. Or we might want to move the monster with the girl because we have 2 mixed jars showing, and this will allow us to flip one back over. If at any point we roll and we go to a space that doesn't have a token, we still have to share our emotions and what makes us, in this instance, fear. If we collect all 5 emotions in the correct jars, then we've won the game. So the first thing I'm going to do is roll the die. I got the girl, so I'd move the girl with the color monster. The girl's already with the color monster, so I would share love, and I would flip over a mixed jar if I had one, which I don't. Love would be just my family, so let's roll again, and a 1. So the color monster moves to the 1, and then I would collect happiness, and I would try to find the correct jar, and I would share a happy thought. Happiness is, for me, seeing my sons play soccer. It's a very happy emotion for me. So let's see if I can find this. Oh, wow, I did find it. So there we go, that's 1. So let's take another roll. We got the girl. So the girl would move to the monster. Again, I would share something happy. And if I had a mixed color jar, we would flip that over. We don't have a mixed color jar, so we would just roll again and take our turn. Another happy emotion, like I said earlier, is playing board games with my friends. 2. So 1, 2. We have collected anger. What makes me angry? This is where this game gets tough. Sometimes it's hard to share your emotions. Sometimes it's hard to think of an emotion. It makes me angry when people leave the lights on all over the house. I love the dark, which I can use for love, but I love the dark. So I don't like it when all the lights are left on. So let's see if I can find anger. Let's try this one. No, I found the fear jar. So we'll put that back, and I just need to remember that that's there. And we'll put back anger. Oh, and we rolled another 2 off. 1, 2. Calm. So I'm trying to come up with something calm and find the calm jar. So something that makes me calm is sitting outside by my koi pond, listening to my waterfall and watching my koi and my turtles swim around. So let's try this one. Oh, there's our anger jar. Didn't get it. Go one more time. The spiral. I can move the color monster anywhere I want. So I know where fear is. I know where anger is. Let's go with fear. This is the one most people wouldn't say. So I'm going to collect the fear token. And fear, I would say helplessness, not being able to control helping my family. So let's say this one. Oh, I knew where it was and I still messed it up. That's okay, it's a good example. So now we have 1 color jumble. I'm gonna roll this one more time. Got a 1. Anger. I'm gonna say messes and clutter, and we know that that was there, so we're doing pretty good. If at any point we get the girl and the monster together, we can flip that back over. What we don't want to happen is I don't want to find 2 more of those, because then we would lose and the game would be over. Well, that's it. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. The color monster is a very powerful game, I believe, in the hands of the right people, which really can be anybody. There's a great spot, and I covered it in the unboxing video, but I want to cover it one more time. At the end here, it has a suggestions for parents and professionals. So this has a great write-up of how to use this game to its full potential, and I really believe that board games do a lot for a lot of us. The quarantine really showed me how much I needed to play board games, and I really wanted to interact with my friends. I thought I was a very self-sufficient person that stays at home a lot and doesn't need to go out and do stuff, but I found out very quickly that I was wrong. I really need it. I need that interaction. So that's just something that board games does for me. But this is even more powerful than that. It's something that board games can do to really help communicate and get people's thoughts and emotions out there and really help communicate. So please, especially if you're having trouble communicating with your kids or any kids or just anybody that you think would sit down and play this game, I think it will really help. So again, I want to say special thank you to Devir Games for donating this copy. They do great work there. If you're in the Indianapolis area, please check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please subscribe, click the little bell icon to know when I'm putting up new videos. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Stork Plays Games. If you like my shelves, check the description. The Box Thrones, there will be a discount code there. If you want to buy this game, it will also be in the description. You can buy it from Devir Games. And if you are interested in getting any of my merch, please check that out in the description as well. Thank you guys again. I will see you next time. Come play a game with me.